everyone, this is Brittany here with your art fill of the week, and this week I'm actually going to pretty much redo a drawing tutorial, the first one I ever did on this channel. So I am going to teach you how to draw spring flowers. I'll put up what the previous one looked like, but we are going to draw some flowers in a pot ready for some spring, and I am actually getting out my art drawing pencils because I'm going to do a darker pencil for you guys to see better. So actually I'm going to turn my paper like this instead. Changed my mind so that we can have our flowers kind of grow up more instead of being stunted in a little pot. So we're gonna start by drawing, so find kind of the center and then a little bit further down than that, and draw a straight line across your page. Yeah, I think that's a much better pencil to be using for you guys to see. And then from each corner, just lines down, and then connect those two lines. That's going to be the rim of our pot. And then let's go ahead and draw a line, a smaller line at the bottom of our page like this, that then we're going to connect a little bit over from that corner down, almost kind of like we're making a triangle. So there's our pot. And now we'll move on to the actual flowers first before we draw the stems down. So if you move your paper, move up towards the top. And in the previous old video, I did sort of a daisy in the center. So we'll do a small circle right here. And then it's sort of like a teardrop shape of a petal. And then you'll complete that same sort of, it's almost like a loop. You're looping down until you complete that edge of the circle. I think the hardest part with this is spacing your petals correctly to get 5 petals. If you need to like mark out on your circle like just little dashes where the petals, like the center of the petal needs to go, that can sometimes help. And then I did a similar flower on this side, but more of a pointy petal flower. So I'm gonna do a smaller circle, kind of like that big. And then if you need to just mark where you want your petal centers to be, but the next shape, they're gonna be thinner and more pointy. So I'm gonna do this first, and then almost kind of like rabbit ears, and then back in like that. And more of these will fit on your circle, but if you want to make them fatter, you can. So basically a bunch of rabbit ears around that smaller circle. And then if you have, like right here, I have a little bit of a space. You can do another petal right there. It doesn't have to directly connect to your circle because it's kind of like it's behind your front petals. So I'll do another one here. It's kind of like it's behind those front ones. And it makes your flower look a little bit more full as well if you want to do the in-between. And you can even make it bigger if you want to make it even more round with a bunch of petals, if you want more to color, or have petals that you can color like a rainbow flower if you want to. And now I had a tulip on this side in the previous video. So for the tulip, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to make a giant U. Like that. And then it's going to be sort of like a rounded V. You can watch me before you do yours. So we're going to meet that V at a point there, and it's kind of curved, and then back up. And then there's gonna, for the tulip, we're gonna do another sort of rounded V in the opposite direction. And then tulips sometimes have, I think they're called stamen. You can correct me if that's the wrong terminology for you gardeners out there. That you just draw a line and a little, I think it's called a pistil. That little, like where the pollen is, where like the bees try to get in and the butterflies. And just do a few of those. So I won't be able to erase this line because it's like a darker pencil for me, but you'll be able to erase any overlap that you have before you color. So that's our tulip. Now you can go ahead and just draw like stems down and just skip ahead in the video for when I'm doing stems. I'll leave a timestamp if you're ready for that step. But you can also copy what we just did and practice by adding smaller flowers underneath. So like for this one, I can do another I guess daisy type flower, and you can kind of mix and match and put like one that's like that over on this side. Kind of we just have a different assortment all over this pot of flowers. And maybe another smaller tulip hanging out over on this side. If you want to do another U. I'm gonna do one more over here, and then I think that should be enough for my drawing. Okay, and for the stems, this is probably the easiest part. You're just gonna find the bottom center of the flower and draw a stem up like that. Maybe add a little leaf, and you can add the leaves in like different areas on the stem or add more than one. Same with this. Find the center, do about a little leaf like that. So each flower you're going to find a spot for the stem to be. Like I could actually do this stem here if I wanted to. Give it a little wavy stem and add leaves. And this guy I'm gonna make from there. And you can make your stems thicker if you want to make them thicker than mine. And then I'm gonna add a little wave. I'm just doing a wavy line. That's gonna be the dirt. It's kind of like above that pond rim. Okay, and the very last thing that we need to do to match this to the previous video, I did a design down here. So I drew 2 lines across, and then we're going to do 1 circle in the center, and then to make it look rounded we did half circles. Just so we had a little bit of a design on the pot to make it a little bit more interesting. But otherwise, that's the end of the drawing portion. I'm gonna go ahead and color. So if you want to stick around and color with me to some music, just for some cozy, relaxing times while maybe you color yours. Thank you for this far. If you have, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more how to draw and other art videos. And let's get to coloring. Thank you so much for sticking around and coloring with me. If you did stick around to color, please leave a flower emoji in the comments so I can see who stayed with me. And please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching this video.